Captain Jack was a young man when he went to sea. All the young ladies go kiss him goodbye. He was barely a child of 23. Oh, tell him, young ladies, go and tell him for me, he can marry the mermaid that lives in the sea. Well, she loved Captain Jack, and his bride she would be. Oh, the young ladies, go kiss him goodbye. She was soon to be wedded to Jackie, you see. Oh, tell him, young ladies, go and tell him for me, he can marry the mermaid that lives in the sea. But his ship, it had needed a captain one day. Oh, the young ladies, go kiss him goodbye. He took charge of the riggin and soon sailed away. Oh, tell him, young ladies, go and tell him for me, he can marry the mermaid that lives in the sea. When 3 years had passed and his ship had returned, oh, the young ladies, go kiss him goodbye. She went down to the sea for the man she had earned. Oh, tell him, young ladies, go and tell him for me, he can marry the mermaid that lives in the sea. But her Jack was not there when she went to sea. Oh, young ladies, go kiss him goodbye. And this is the tale the crew told to me. Oh, tell him, young ladies, go and tell him for me, he can marry the mermaid that lives in the sea. It was almost 8 bells and Jack had the watch. He was spinning and steaming the fish he had caught, when out of the sea there rose such a view as he had not seen by the light of the moon. He looked down on the waters, and what saw he there but a beautiful maiden with gold in her hair. She had gowns made of seaweed and a crown on her head. As he stared at the mermaid, she quietly said, I have followed your ship for many a mile. One day the seaweed locked in your smile, and I'll give you my kingdom eternally if you marry this mermaid that lives in the sea. Well, Jack was in love with a beautiful girl, and he jumped off the sides to a watery swirl. She then took his arm and she led him away, and they swam in those waters to Garden next day. We tolled the bell loud, we tolled the bell long, and the looks on their faces were sad and wrong. When out of the sea Jack he rose like a king, and this is the message he begged us to bring. I have longed for the lady that lives on the land, but my life with the mermaid is ever so grand. Won't you go to my lady and ask her for me? May I marry this mermaid that lives in the sea? And that is the story I heard from the crew. Her tears were many, her choices were few. I went down to the sea for the ship's bell to ring, and this is the song that she once had to sing. Captain Jack was a young man when he went to sea. Oh, young ladies, go kiss him goodbye. He was barely a child of 23. Oh, tell him, young ladies, go and tell him for me, he can marry the mermaid that lives in the sea. Tell him, young ladies, go and tell him for me, he can marry the mermaid that lives in the sea.